Hey guys, and welcome back. In today's episode, we're gonna conclude the story of Artemis, or at least get very far into it. You might remember from a couple of episodes ago that we had to craft something called a mind arc, and I was able to craft it. So I did want to kind of show you guys what is needed for resources. Here's the item itself, but if you want to craft a mind arc, you need the wiring loom, glass that is easy to get, but you also need to create a soul engine, and that requires some cadmium, metal plating, and a living pearl. Living pearl you can get from um, armored clams in water. So it's a little bit of a trip, a little bit of gathering. It's not really too much work, but it's not something that I wanted to do on camera because it would be kind of time consuming. So either way, we crafted the mind arc, and the follow up to the mission is that let me highlight it. We have to go to a holo terminus to speak to Artemis. So I already have the location for that. So we're going to get our little spacecraft and fly our way over there and see where that is going to lead us. So here is the beautiful holo terminus. I'm going to do, like always, do the formalities first, and then I will meet you guys on top. Alright, we made it to the top. And let's see where this is going to lead to. Yes, remember that he died, and we're trying to kind of bring him back to life. We don't know exactly where this is all going to lead to. Of course, it's all very strange. So apparently time is not the same. Time elapses a little bit different where he is, where he was. Okay. It is in a way, it is a depressing story. Let's use the mind arc. And there's Null. I guess we have to speak to him. Okay. So he also paints a very gloomy picture of existence. And now the mission takes us to the anomaly where we have to bring the mind arc to Nada. Alright, here we are. I'm not really sure what he's referring to. Alright. We'll show him the mind arc. So he's stating that the arc is actually not a rescue at all. Aha, so we can upload his, let's call it soul, to some kind of simulation where it sounds like he is only thinking that he is alive. Yeah, that's quite a catch. And apparently there's no other way. So... So what we're gonna do is, I think I will actually decide to let him die in, well, in this case, in peace. The whole thought of putting somebody in a simulation with the risk of them finding out that it's not really real is not something that I'm a fan of. I know it's just a game, but okay. Alright, so we have to go to the terminal itself. I guess that's where we make the decision. Terminal Prime. Yeah, great description. Right enabled. We will allow him to die. I honestly don't think that this has any impact on the remainder of the game. I would be very surprised if that's the case. Okay. They suggest I do not dwell on these moments. Okay. Well, is that the quest chain then? No, it keeps going, right? Okay, so now we have to see if we can speak to Apollo. We have to go back to space. So space it is, and we have an incoming message. Okay, so that is Apollo. Yes, there's something that happened to us, because even Nada was hinting at it, that there seemed to be like some sort of a rift in the time-space continuum. We did have that meeting with Atlas. We'll just say it was just a machine. We'll just agree. So he was saying that the Corvex believe that the Sentinels are actually originally servants from the Atlas. So we bring in the bad news. We'll just tell him that we kind of put him in the machine. Or well, put him to rest. Okay, so we have to find a monolith. It's quite a journey. Let's press the C. Potential ancient monolith detected. Okay, so now we will travel over to that location. Alright, So there is the monolith. Now this is a low atmosphere planet, so that's really awesome. Because you can kind of float forever. So, I figured I would share that moment. Let's pick up the words first. Before you know it, we're going to be fluent in Viking. The Pillars of the Gecko. Okay. We will use it to locate a portal. Where's that at? Looks that's quite a bit away. I hope I can land my plane here. And then I will see you guys on that location again. That looks like a familiar structure. That looks like a portal to us. We'll just park it right here. Oh. Oh. So I have to charge all these glyphs. Alright, so this needs copper, any kind of metal. Sodium, got that on us. Carbon, we got on us. Don't have that metal. Got that on us. Ah. Ah, okay. It says earth elements. Catalytic elements. Organic elements. So we don't have enough of this. Stellar materials, which we don't have with us. Okay. Why? That was strange. Okay. Okay, like there's a fixed sequence. So we need 4 times. What is it that we need? Copper, cadmium. Okay. With any luck, there's copper on this planet. That's a lot of silver within range. There's copper. Alright, I'm gonna dig some copper, and then I will be right back. And we're back. It was actually a very pleasant journey. You can travel really fast on these low atmosphere planets. So I mined some copper. It should be enough. Okay, all set. Well, we need the address. It's a combination of glyphs that we can then transmit to Apollo. I don't think I need to write this down. Okay. So now we scan for Holo Terminus, because we have to speak to Apollo again. Is that off planet? Yes it is. Where's my ship? Ah, there it is. Let's have a chat with Apollo again. I guess he has a farm. Right. And we'll have another chat with Null again. Null with his usual gloomy talk. Okay. So I guess the Sentinels are basically eradicating anything that is some sort of an anomaly. He's gonna send us to a freighter. And we have to investigate that freighter. Okay. So we have seen these observatories before. I'm not sure, was it episode 3 or 2 where we visited another one? Nothing super fancy here. We'll just stick to the mission at hand. So it speaks about a gag, and that the gag rays find some weird occurrences within ships and blah blah blah. So, now we have the location of the freighter, and as you can imagine, that's where we have to go next. So the thing is that this is actually Nada's crashed freighter, and like the previous terminal kind of indicated, this might be where he met the Gek Polo, because they are her BFFs. Oh. Well, looks like we're not the only ones visiting. Oh, let me get that charged up. It's just a random oh, I thought it was a random NPC, but he has a exclamation mark above him. Oh. Ah. What does that mean? So you can buy some suspicious upgrades here. Well, we have some nanites. Let's do that. Sometimes you can actually get really great upgrades. It's hit or miss. Phase beam, we don't need. Hyperdrive. Nah. And also, you can actually make an offer on his starship, if it's any good. Because we're still flying around in our original first starship, which is horrible. It's a B class. Well, it doesn't look bad. What kind of price do we look? 21. Okay, we don't have that. It's actually a pretty good ship. Yeah, that has a lot of space. Okay, well that was interesting. Okay. Back to our freighter. Okay, we're gonna read the log of the crash freighter. And we need an encryption key for that. Search the crash site for secure containers. Okay. Let's be those cargo pods. Okay. Oh, there's a key. Perfect. And of course, we have to run away from the radiation from those things. Okay, let's read the log. They talk about the sentinel drones, the swarms. Then they turned peaceful. That's what they thought. Oh, okay. Need another encryption key to get the sequel. Alright, I dug up a couple more of those keys. Hopefully we'll get to hear the whole story now. So the sentinels basically turned hostile. Oh wow, okay. So it took them less than an hour to destroy all biological life. Okay. That number 16 keeps popping up and I don't know what it stands for. Sounds very ominous. It's pretty obvious that we cannot trust the sentinels. Okay. So we can salvage more here. There's more of these cargo pods that you can dig up, and there's some resources in there. To me, it's not really super important. So I'll just abandon that one. Go back to our main mission. Back to the Holy Terminus to communicate with Null. Alright. We've seen this many times before. Perhaps even in this episode, because I think this is the third or fourth Holy Terminus where we are in this episode. Okay, we'll basically tell him the whole story about the Sentinels. The freighter was a wreck from a parallel universe, in case you're not confused enough. Okay, so the Atlas is omnipresent in all, and the Sentinels move between dimensions at will. Okay. So they did serve the Atlas, and then they started to get a quote-unquote life of their own. Okay, so we made a mistake and he committed an act beyond forgiveness. He's pretty judgmental for a person that did that. Ah, so now we have to visit a Viking cartographer. Wow. Well, we definitely are getting a workout. So I'll summon our ship here. And what I would like to do is, to conclude this episode, I would like to quickly visit our extractor plant, the one that we built last episode, and see how that thing is doing. We can always continue with this mission at a later date. The next episode, I'm very likely not going to continue with the mission because I can imagine that's really boring to a lot of people. But let's go check on our extractor plant. Because that was the whole point, that we can actually get us some resources there without constantly having to dig for them. Alright, we have arrived at a planet where we built the extractor plant. It's currently almost 2:30 a.m. The batteries are still perfectly fine. They still have a charge. It takes 3 minutes for them to be drained. Now, I have the impression that if you look at the time here on the right top corner, that 1 minute real time is 1 hour in the game. So the charge almost lasts until, what is it, 6 o'clock? So let's see what we got. I built a whole bunch of depots additionally. So they're not completely full yet, but right now we have plenty of... Let's see what it's worth actually. So this is worth 500,000. Now if you start processing that further, then you can make a bigger profit. So ultimately, I very likely want to do something with that material. But yes, right now, I'm not sure. Let me double check again. I think I have 11 of them. 11 plus 2 miners. So yeah, so that is just... And if you have more of these, then you can just jump from portal to portal, pick it all up. And especially if you have some resources that you can combine together, like I said, processing, refining, then at some point you can just add some refineries here or processing, whatever you want to do. Keep jumping back and forth and make a lot of money that way. Takes 5 minutes of your time. Alright guys. Next episode, what I would like to do is I want to see if we can get our own freighter. Yes, you heard it right. The people that do not know the game, you can actually have your own freighter and fleet that you can use and travel with in space. And I think that is very likely the most exciting part about the game. You could also get your own settlement that you can kind of control in a way. You would be the overseer of a settlement, which adds a whole other aspect to the game, which is also very exciting, and it's also essential to get to the most powerful exocraft that we can get, which is called the Minotaur. So I'm going to try to get that accomplished in the next 2 episodes. I will try to focus on one thing at a time, because I think in this episode we did enough traveling and jumping back and forth, and well, we definitely got our work out. Alright, I hope this episode was not too chaotic. Just to reiterate, we still have the mission and the quest going for null. So we will continue with that at some point. But the next episodes, I really want to focus on the freighter and the settlement. Get those 2 things set up. Because yeah, that's really the most exciting part, for me at least, of the game. Alright guys, I really thank you for watching. And hopefully I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day guys.